Hey guys, I'm your host, The Edge of 41, and welcome to the Season 1 finale of Video Game Legends Revamped. Arguably the most influential and infamous video game of all time is E.T. the Extraterrestrial for the Atari 2600. Released in 1982 by Atari Inc., the game was intended to be an innovative adaptation of the film. However, the development team was only given 5 weeks to finish the game, in order to finish it by the 1982 Christmas season. The game is often cited as the worst video game ever made, even more so than Superman 64. But we'll come back to that sooner or later. Now, what does E.T. have to do with any legends? Well, you see, the game was received so badly that it was actually the supposed cause of the great video game crash of 1983. This was a period where the gaming industry was just dead because people didn't think it would last. Poor sales and terrible games caused many software companies to file bankruptcy. It is speculated that as a result of overproduction and returns, millions of unsold ET game cartridges were buried in a landfill in Alamogordo, New Mexico. The game was met with initial commercial success when it came to sales. It was among the top 4 of Billboard magazine's top 15 video game sales list in December 1982 and January 1983. The game eventually became one of the best-selling Atari 2600 titles, selling 1.5 million units. However, between 2.5 and 3.5 million cartridges were unsold. Though it was a bestseller during the holidays, retailers stated that its sales figure did not meet expectations. E.T. was one of the earliest video games based on a movie. Several magazines and websites cite the game as the first poor video game film tie-in. Describing it as one of the games that changed the world, GamePro stated that E.T. established a standard of subpar quality video games based on movies. In September 1983, the Alamogordo Daily News of Alamogordo, New Mexico, reported in a series of articles that between 10 and 20 semi-trailer truckloads of Atari boxes, cartridges, and systems from an Atari storehouse in El Paso, Texas, were crushed and buried at the landfill within the city. The landfill was supposedly chosen by Atari because it did not allow scavenging, and its garbage was crushed and buried nightly. Atari officials gave differing reports of what exactly was buried, but it has been speculated that most unsold copies of E.T. are buried in this landfill, crushed and encased in cement. Most people disregard this story as a mere urban legend. Finally, on an interesting note, I would like to end. On May 28, 2013, the Alamogordo City Commission approved Fuel Industries, an Ottawa-based entertainment company, for 6 months of landfill access, both to create a documentary about the legend and to excavate the burial site. The results of said excavation have not been leaked to the public yet. That's quite a legend. But it's all I have to talk about today. Stay tuned for the Season 2 premiere of Video Game Legends Revamped.